welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's video is about getting this Range Rover to go. So this is a will it start video. Okay, we're going to have a quick look around it. Right, let's see what we're having a look at. Just have a go right around the car. No battery, but I brought my own. And guess what? It's fully charged. Yes, everybody, when you're doing a will it start, for God's sake, bring a fully charged battery with you. Okay, and you can see that. I'm going to clean that up. Wire brush. Let's clean these terminals to start off with so we get a good contact. Another way of doing this is pouring boiling hot water on them. My God, it's in the right state. There's the other one. The other one looks alright. Okay, we're going to try and get this going with bare minimal carry on. Okay, let's have a look how much oil's in the car. It's not a bad looking motor actually, it's 4.6. Yeah, there's plenty of I'm not going to do a vice grip garage thing and go to taste if there's any antifreeze in the oil, but that looks alright. We don't give a shit, all we're doing is getting this thing going. I'm seeing how good this, I think it's a 4.6. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, there's no sign of any sludge. Looks half decent in there. Right, what we're going to do, that looks like the main feed into the, so I reckon I'm going to put a fuel pump from here straight into a petrol tank. So this is my little contraption I've made. Obviously that's going to go into the battery. So what we'll do, I could probably, I'm going to cut that. It's knackered anyway. So we're going to cut that. That's the return. Nice sharp Stanley knife. I'm going to get that in there anyway. Yep. Plenty on there. There's fuel in there. Screwdriver. Typical. Made this nice little thing, and now I have to take it off. Sod's law. There you go. Yeah, these Range Rover P38s, they're just very problematic. They look cool. They are a cool Range Rover, but they're just full of problems. The electronics on these cars, absolutely shocking. Okay, so just a nice cheap fuel pump. Out. Put a Jubilee clip on there. This one we made earlier. Right, we'll put you on there like that. fuel going in there. So in and then out. So obviously push that on there. That should just slide on there very easily. That'll do. Obviously. On that. Right, as you can see, I've made that nice and long to reach the battery. Right, here's the fuel. Obviously we're going to put it on the floor. Right. The Jubilee clip. Just put a bit of spitty on there. With this being new pipe, it's quite tough. To get that on there. Yeah. That's on far enough for me. Well, let's hope it fires up on unleaded fuel. The E10 crap. It should do. Right, what we're going to do is put a battery in there. First of all, it's in there. Right, let's get a battery. Yes, everybody, today's battery is, I don't know, and I don't give a shit. It's fully charged. Gotta move that out of the way. Let's pop that in there. The negative lead on. That. Yeah. Let's just make sure this fuel pump works, shall we? Let's prime it with fuel first. Put you in there, can you see? Okay, we're going to plop that in there like that. Let's just feed it some more onions, huh? Let's hope this is going to work. Put that in there, we'll try it there. in there. That's quite a bit. Let's have a look. Oh. Have a look. Just give us that. Just gonna somehow wedge that in there like that, right? Okay. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Should go this time. Oh, he wants to run. Come on, darling. Right, let's just hook off. That's still running. Let's just take that off for now. She might be flooded. Okay, let's have a bash. 4.6 gas guzzler. Are you gonna go? Oh. Really? It's definitely fuel related. Let's whack a bit more fuel in it. We could have an airlock in it. Let's, there's a little bit down here. Let's see how much is in the rails there. Yeah, there's plenty of fuel in the fuel rails. Come on, Cal. Let's just take that off again. Okay, so why don't you want to go? Is it worth having a look at these plugs? Next job. Well, someone's had the sense not to over tighten spark plugs, which, let's face it, most people over tighten them. It's like all you would-be mechanics out there, you don't need to over tighten stuff. Oh yeah, that stinks of fuel. Nice. Hopefully, once I've cleaned all these plugs, we should be able to kick it off. And then once she's running, we'll put my trusty fuel pump back on and try and keep it going. See how long we can keep it running for. Here's me getting the longest ratchet on this. That'll do. That's on. Let's take number 5 out. Yes. Nice and slack. That's how we like it. I think this engine's been well serviced by the looks of it. It's coming out, fingers. So I reckon, Ramon, as soon as we start this thing up, let's hope it goes into gear and then we can drive this thing out of here. No which problem. Is, haha. Oh, that's covered in fuel. That's why it won't start. Probably got a weak spark. But they look fairly new. These leads. Come on, I want to get this crossed in here. Yeah, alloy heads, 4. It was a whole alloy engine anyway, 4.6. You guys like to put these in the Triumph Stags. Because let's face it, they even got the engine wrong on that car. Overheating issues. Got a short stubby on that. Have I got one? No, yes I have. I'm prepared. What do you think? Do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Jesus Christ, ow. Be prepared to lose your knuckles. Aye, 4.6. This will do around 15 to the gallon, if you're lucky. Yeah, look at the state of that, look. See how wet it is. So once I've dried these off, clean them up a little bit. What do you think, Ramon? Is it going to go or not?
I think so.
You think so? Well, at least we came with a fully charged battery. Now you guys really need to get it together. Come with a fully charged battery. Why do you always turn up to one of these jobs and you have to cut all the jungle down to get at the car, and then you bring a flat battery with you? Especially the Americans. Jeez. The Americans. Okay, let's get this one just nipped up. Again, it doesn't need to be too tight. Right, that's number 3. Plop you back on. Number 1. We're going to get to that. Yes. Don't want to lose my fingers though. There we go. I'm surprised I can unscrew these with my fingers. That's my musical fingertips. Because as you guys probably don't know, I play in a band called V12. Check us out, v12band.com. Available for parties and weddings. Now, if there's any billionaires watching this on your yacht in Monaco going, oh, I think one could do with a really good party band, give us a tinkle, we'll come and entertain you. long as you look after us, which I'm sure you can. You guys won't have to do this, will you? Huh? No, you'll have a boat full of cat. Meow. Serving you. All high and tight with the high heels on, strutting around your yacht. The bikinis on. And look what we're doing. Scratting a living. Messing about with piles of shit. But it's all good fun. You don't know what you're missing. You'll be bored. Mr. Amazon sat there on your fucking £50 billion yacht. You'll be bored. You'll be bored out your skull. This is the problem with billionaires. You're bored very easily. Do you know why? Because you've got it all. It's like Putin. He's a typical billionaire. He's not satisfied with what he's got. So he's thinking, oh, well, I might as well get Ukraine and go back in. And then once we get Ukraine, we're going to go into Poland. Because the guy's crazy. Right. The 4.6. Is it going to go? Let's put the other. There's another 4 plugs to come out yet. Which, how awkward are these to get to? Not too bad, actually. Just as long as they're not over tightened. Yeah, not too bad. I think must have been a good mechanic on this car. This is going to be soaked in petrol. But I'll give it a few turns over and we have to see, yeah, look at the colour of that. It's covered. It's covered. Yeah, it's fuel. Since I've had COVID, I've lost my sense of smell. It's not as good as it used to be. Good old China. Right, that's that done. So anyway, let's get on to the billionaires again. So, Mr. Billionaire, if you're watching this movie, like I doubt you are, but if you are, we're available for parties. We're a good party band. Right, we're on to the last spark plug. About to take it out. Sorry about that, we're just trying to save me data. I think it was storage full again. Fucking Apple having you bent over like I am now. Jesus Christ. We need a storage upgrade. Fucking hell. It's a shame we can't have a brain upgrade for most of the population. Guess what? You're all stupid. Right, let's see how rich this back one is. Good job I'm tall. This one coming out. The awkward one right at the back. It's coming. Come on. Okay, it's coming, it's coming. Here we are. Let's have a look at this last one. Look at the colour of that. This is why the car wouldn't start. Now what's the bet? I'm going to whack all this in and it's going to go boom. And those pistons are going to go up and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down. This should sound really nice. Apparently it's got Flowmasters on it. Oh, I forgot my favourite juice as well. I like to cover everything in WD-40. Do you know, it's the best thing man ever developed. WD-40. Fantastic stuff. I think if I was a doctor and I worked for the NHS, I'll just say, most of the patients, I'll just squirt WD-40 on them. I bet half of them, it'd fix them. Right. What should we do? The Vice Grip Garage favourite saying: if that spark plug was richer than Bill Gates. He's quite funny, that guy. I like him. Right. The final one. What do you think? Do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, we'll see. We'll see. Look at the state of my hands already. I've only changed some bloody spark plugs. Right. Let's get that on there. As soon as I get this sucker going, I'm going to whack that back on. I think I flooded it. Right, and that's going to pump its juice out. Right, are we clear? Let's go for it. Three, two, one. Oh, that was better. We've got a little cough. Let's put some of this back on. Is that going?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Go on. Oh yes. She's alive. Back up there again. Ooh. Come on. Like a bag of shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nearly. Right, after the start motor here. Come on! Come on! Nearly. Have a look at this gearbox oiler. Yeah, that looks pretty clean. Come on, I don't want to flatten this battery. Let's just have a look. Oh, there's plenty of fuel in the rails. No, I'm gonna keep going. This time. Come on! the battery's about dead. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! I'm going to fry the start motor. Let's just give it 2 minutes. Let's come back in 2 minutes. But I'm not going to get it going. I'm just going to let it go for a minute. Right, we're going to try and use some easy start. This is today's flavour. I don't know whether it's any good or not. I haven't used it. We're going to take the air filter out. Oh, should be 1, 2, 3. There's 4, 5. There's 5 clips on here. As you can see. We'll leave the MAF sensor on. As you can see at the moment, I've got the jumper cables on. Just give it a bit of a push. Right, and if you all want to know why I put this on, it's because the petrol pipes on this vehicle are absolutely fact. Right, so we're going to give this a squirt into here and we're going to see if we can get this thing started. Look at all the easy start. Canister in there. If in doubt, just bring some easy start with you. Fine. Right, so this thing's going to go. Okay, keep it straight. Brilliant. That's it, keep it there, that's it. It likes that stuff. That sounds nice, that's a nice sounding engine. Keep going. Maybe it doesn't like this fuel, that's it, keep that in there. It doesn't like the fuel, but it likes the gas. Feel spray. That's a bit of a success, keep it going. Why isn't it running on the fuel? That's it, keep it going. It's okay if you use a can of seat to start. Keep it going inside. That's it. Yeah, like the easy start, just like the fuel. Alright. Keep it going.
It is running out. The bottle.
Is it? Keep it going.
Yeah.
Take it away. Yeah. Doesn't like the fuel. Well, the car goes.
Very low.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Just give it another squirt. safe through. You know, there's plenty of fuel going in there. There's plenty of fuel in the fuel rails. For some reason, it doesn't want to run on the fuel. It likes the gas. There's loads of fuel going in there, can you see it? There you go, there's loads of fuel in the fuel rails. Just doesn't like it.
Empty.
Yeah. But the engine runs. That's the main thing.
No.
Right, so the car ran on easy start, but it won't run on the fuel. All I can think of, it must have some sort of shutdown. You know, the computers are like on these bags of shite. Absolute nightmare. That's all I can think of. So it's going to the scrapyard. It would have been easier to drive it out, put it on the back of the truck.
No.
Now we've got to fuck about trying to push the bloody thing out, and well, the car goes. So is it a failure? Yeah-ish. But we did get it to run on easy start. It's probably something to do with this gas conversion as well. I don't really know the history of this pile of shit. I'm just here to move it and take it to the crusher where these P38s belong. Sorry, you fans out there, Range Rover P38s. The best Range Rover is this one, the 4.2, the L322, not the fucking diesel, because they're shite. They have problems with turbos. They're a bastard to work on. But these, the 4.2, this has done 197,000 miles. I've kept on the services on this car. I've just done the supercharger. Yes, the supercharger has its own little oil deposit in there. So you've got to take the supercharger off to replace the oil. Or actually, I think you can get into it. But the thing is, you need to take it a bit, take the snout off, because it had a bit of a knock. So I replaced the bush in there, that stopped knocking, and the car runs really, really well. About 3 months ago, the thing stopped working. I was in the middle of a job, wouldn't go into gear. Thinking it's just been all right. I've serviced the gearbox twice in this thing as well. So it can't be the gearbox. I'm saying the gearbox just hasn't gone. There was no warning, so I couldn't put it into gear. And when I managed to get it going, I ram it into gear. It went. So it went into gear, and it said only third gear only. So I'm thinking, what's wrong with this? So I left it for a bit, because I do have the newer type. I've got the L450 as well. I use this for work, so I use the other one for work for a while. And what it was, I tested the battery. I've done a video of this anyway, but it was the alternator. The alternator wasn't giving enough volts out. As soon as I changed the alternator, the thing runs like a fucking Rolls Royce now. So if any of you guys have got one of these and you're stuck in gear and blah blah blah, test your voltage on your battery. My battery was fully charged as well, so unless you put a multimeter on it, and to see, it's got to be in the 14 volts as well. If it's 13, just in the 13s, I would replace your alternator, because that's what it'll need. But this has been a fantastic car. These are the best Range Rovers for me. I actually prefer this to my new 5 litre supercharged Range Rover. The other one drives too much like a car. if you know what I mean about that. With this, you've sat upright and you feel like king of the road as you're driving along, you know. And I actually think it's more comfortable as well. It's probably because I've had it 10 years and it's really never let me down. I've changed all the belts on it. I've done all the services, but they're quite easy to work on, these ones. So if anyone's wanting an L322, don't be tight on the fuel situation. There's not much difference in it anyway. What, 10 miles more to the gallon? Get the 4.2, not the 5 litre, because that's full of timing chain problems. The 4.2 is a bulletproof engine. As long as you change the oil every 5,000 miles. If you leave your oil changes to 15 to 20,000 miles a year, you're going to have nothing but problems with these cars. That's all I can say. Just service them and they'll run forever, like this. I'm determined to do 200,000 miles, and I'm sure it's going to do that. So, yeah, this is a good one. This one, however, is a big pile of shit. And it's going to the scrapyard, where they belong. It's a shame because that's a good engine. I love these engines because they sound really nice as well. And obviously you can put these in anything really. And it's a really good motor. But the rest of the thing, it's just a pile of shit. The electronics in them, a fucking nightmare. The people who own this car have had nothing but shit with it as well. So you go into the scrapyard, boy, and guess what? Best place for it. Cheers everybody, and if you want to subscribe to my crazy channels, and also check my band out, v12band.com. Remember, you billionaires out there who are watching this, crazy guy messing about with these piles of shite, I'll give him a bit of a break. Let's bring his band over to Monaco. That'll be fantastic, wouldn't it? But anyway, it's all good fun anyway. These, you know, I'm not being cruel to these things. They're just my experience. They're just piles of junk. If you want a Range Rover, get the L322 4.2 supercharged between 2005 and 2009. That's when these got these cars right. Then they put that shitty 5 litre supercharged engine in it. Again, full of problems, the timing chains. I don't know, what do you do? And they're a bastard to work on. There you go. So, take a look round. This is what I've got to try and get out of now. Tomorrow the scrap man's coming, it's going. Right, hope you enjoyed this kind of crazy video. I thought I'd make this video. Now, everyone else is doing these will it start things. But when you're doing a will it start, 1, bring a fully charged battery. 2, just bring some easy start with you. Squirt, squirt, squirt. If it's gonna go, it'll go on easy start. If it won't go on easy start, it's fact. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you can, and see you again.